Hi everyone, thanks for watching this week's question and answer video. My name is David. I'm a life coach and I help people heal from different kinds of trauma. This is a weekly video I put out every single Monday, and I'm answering people's questions from the last question and answer video from last Monday. Anybody has questions, go down below into the comment section, ask me anything you want and I'll answer it next Monday, in the next video. Please, all of you, ask questions. That's how we heal, by learning and understanding. And if I miss your question or I misunderstand it, please keep asking me again. Be specific. I don't miss anybody's questions on purpose. If you don't understand my answer, things like this, just keep asking, all right? Keep a kind of a communication open here. So every week I like to recommend something to you guys to help you heal. This week I'm going to recommend a book because it's recommended to me by Emily Taylor, who is a contributor to this channel. Hello, Emily. And this looks like a really good book. This isn't one I've read yet. So it's got good feedback and I appreciate Emily's recommendations. Emily says, "Hi David, appreciate your weekly videos you make for our community. I have a book and recommend it to all. It's called Honor Yourself, The Inner Art of Giving and Receiving by Patricia Spadaro. Living with a covert narcissist for 12 years, I did not know the word boundary. I was codependent. Today I have formed new romantic relationships. I like this guy a lot. And wow, I had to put a boundary for a second time in my whole life. This was, again, uncomfortable, out of the box type feeling, but I did it. My new partner canceled a date for the second time 4 hours before the actual date. And I told him how I felt. Disappointed, hurt, rejected. I told him he needs to buy me flowers, chocolates, say genuine sorry, and say it will never happen again, or our relationship is over. Oh, geez, 3 strikes, you're out, huh? Immediately I felt relief. Numbness in arms disappeared and my heart dropped to a normal rate. I still cannot believe myself. I did it. I expressed how I feel and expressed my opinion, needs, and wants. Wow, these things actually work. I cannot even express to you, David, how happy and appreciated I feel about your knowledge and expertise you share here. A million thanks." Great, Emily, that's awesome. Beautiful. These get easier. It's so difficult because we're not used to doing it, you know, and these are things that our parents teach us or supposed to teach us, and that's what neglect is. So I wanted to read this because I just appreciate these kinds of things. I want you guys to understand what healing really is. It's not just feeling better. It's not just meeting the right person. It's about you, all right? It's about us. It's about feeling better about our experiences, understanding them, and most importantly, isn't all of this about relationships, which are the single most important thing in everybody's lives? Can't survive without them. Can't live without them. We need people. We're the most social creatures ever. And so it is vitally important to know how to have a good relationship, right? We have to understand what it consists of, needs, like things like this, how to communicate that to get what you want and need. It's not about just finding someone that's not a narcissist, you know. You can't love yourself to learn all this knowledge you need. Okay, relationships are not easy; they're difficult, and for us, they're going to be more difficult. So, this is a great book, I think, and let's see. I got it on Amazon here. I'll put the link down below in the description box if you'd like to follow the link to Amazon. Kindle, $11.49, $0 free for audiobook, and $13.49 for paper book. Again, the book is called Honor Yourself, The Inner Art of Giving and Receiving, Embracing the Power of Paradox in your life. And that's great. The art of giving and receiving, being equal, reciprocating, meeting each other's needs together, okay? Anybody has read this book, love the feedback. Anybody that does read the book would love your feedback in the future. Thank you, Emily. I'm glad things are going well for you. Relationships are meant to add comfort, not stress. So hopefully you two working together and communicating together, this relationship will bring you that comfort more and more, okay? When there's stress in the relationship, there's something wrong. A problem is here. It's emotional, okay? So we don't focus on what people are doing too much. Emily didn't just say, "Hey, you're late. You're late again. Why are you late again? You can't do that," and stuff like that. She tells him, it hurts, it feels like this, it feels bad, so we have a problem we need to fix, and the problem is fixed when this feels better, when I feel secure and reassured, when you understand that that you make me feel this way when you do this, okay? And somebody who is reciprocating and cares doesn't want you to feel that way. And so they're conscious, they're aware, and then they're mindful of what they're doing. And it takes two. Takes 100, right? The codependent relationship takes 50-50, right? They make one person. 100, two people coming together and relating together, okay? Thank you very much, Emily. It's very nice to hear that. Steve from Australia. Steve from Australia. Hey, Steve. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Can you elaborate further on your own healing, such as how you understood what happened, how you managed to stay so motivated and disciplined, how you broke the addiction, how you stayed committed to your decision? Thank you, David. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve, for asking. I appreciate when people ask me personal questions like this and are interested in my experience. So I made a video, it was a few months back, maybe earlier in the year. It's just called My Story, and I kind of detailed a lot of my experiences and what I did to get better. And so I'm not going to explain it all here, but Steve asked me more specific questions if you can too. So it was a long journey. My healing began many years ago. The last time I had a toxic relationship was over a decade ago. And my healing began then. I decided, all I knew then is that I am having a problem with relationships. And so I tried to stop dating. I didn't date for quite a while. I just cared about friendships. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't sure what was going on, and I just tried to do everything I could to just feel better and live a better life. It was time where I was committed to it. I sought out therapy and talked to people. They weren't the biggest help. This was a long time ago. I think therapists are starting to learn a little more now. There was no YouTube videos. I just couldn't find anything. So it was, getting very good physical shape. I kind of immersed myself in work is what we tend to do. And, just bettering my life. If I had, quit maybe addictions you have and start living healthier. It was several years it took me to find out, and this was, 7 years ago, to find this information, and it was the biggest moment of my life, I think, finding this discovery of why I feel this way, what's wrong with me, and how I can now finally, once you can name it, you can fix it, okay? And that is why, and that is why I started my channel. By the time I started my channel, there was a few others, for sure, good ones, big ones, and they're saying a lot of good stuff. I thought I had something else to add. So I did it. Learning about myself was healing. Learning about my childhood. Learning what went wrong and how I was neglected. And learning about myself helped me learn things that, like what I needed and the things I valued the most, being very aware as I can. I had cptsd. I think I had cptsd for 40 years, roughly. And it's an umbrella term for many different things. And I had anxiety and I was depressed, things like this. And so I concentrated on these things more and more specifically. Even making my channel, even in the beginning, really helped me learn and understand more. And practicing and like what Emily said, practicing on how to communicate and have boundaries, stand up for myself, and just knowing what's really important to me and achieving those things that I wanted to achieve. It's a journey, it's a process, and there's no finish line. You will feel better if you do the work. There's work to do. And I have been better and better at learning what that work is to help people better, to give people the help that they need that I didn't have at the time. So that's why it took me so long. And now I'm seeing clients heal faster and faster. So it's great. So many things that were involved in this process, and like I said, there's no finish line. So This is something that we do for the rest of our life. And I don't mean feel better. You can feel better. But we need to keep learning. We need to keep learning. Most people, I notice, that begin this journey just want to feel better, and they think that's all it is. They think that it's just about I have to fall in love with the right person. No, you got to fall in love with yourself. Okay, if you can't have a relationship with yourself, you can't have relationships with others. If you can't love yourself, you can't love others. If you don't love yourself, it's going to be hard for people to love you. Okay, so I don't know what else to say. Feel free to go watch that video, my story. But Steve, please keep asking me more specific questions if you like. I like answering them, and thank you. Thanks. All right, next one. Nessa from United Kingdom. Hi, Nessa. Being ghosted triggers my cptsd. Unfortunately, it's a modern day thing in the dating world. So I date myself. Great advice in these videos. Thank you, Nessa. It's a modern day thing. I'm looking at other people's comments and see what else you wrote here. I hope that you're not giving up on dating. And I'm not saying you have to date. Just don't give up on something that we may need and something you may want. Things like this, just because you've had bad experiences and they don't work. I can't stress enough, who we are is who we attract. Our self-worth is who we date. Things like this. When we come out of these experiences, this might be the worst experience in your life. And so who we meet and who wants to date us at that time may not be healthy too. We gravitate towards these things and what we identify with and what's familiar. So as you become healthier, Nessa, you will meet healthier people and stuff like this, typically, okay? So I hope you don't give up, and I hope that you give the world a chance, to let us enjoy you, right? Thank you, Nessa. And no name, that's Nia from Sweden. Hello. After 8 months of no contact, my narc ex suddenly reached out through another email account. I've been waiting to answer this one. He wrote some kind of apology. I'm quite surprised because it sounds genuine. This is for all you guys out there that might be hoovered back or have already. The apology sounds genuine, but I'm not really sure. He wrote something like being through a near-death experience, which I honestly think is BS, not true. But then he wrote how he has realized the mistreatment he put me through for all these years and that he wants to apologize from the bottom of his heart. He also wrote he didn't expect me to reply, but that he's ready to make up to me in any way possible. Since I don't want to break the no contact, I didn't reply to his email at all, but I don't really understand what it means if he reaches out like this. Do you think the apology is sincere? Can a narcissist regret ever be sorry for their actions? I can't speak for all narcissists if they're ever sorry or regret things. I think lots of regret. They may be sorry. I can't do that, and especially for him. And I don't know his absolute intent. I would start dissecting his words and wondering. It's about you, Nia. If this guy abused you, if this guy exploited you like an object and not a human, didn't see that in you, didn't care about your feelings and what you want and what you need, I want to know, what changed all this for him being all better now? What changed it? A near-death experience? That doesn't teach you anything. That may, make you reflect and introspect and look back. May even want you to change. He may want to, sincerely. But if he has narcissistic personality disorder, let's say, and he wants to fix this and cure this and heal this, I'm not saying that one can't, but I know it's got to be difficult if they can. And I would like to know, what it sounds like. I mean, he says he wants to make it up to you in any way possible. He wants you back in his life. I'm going to guess, Nia, that he's abusive, he's codependent, he's now by himself and doesn't like it. He wants you back in his life for anything that you offered him. But I'm going to say, if he exploited you like an object, I don't believe people can just see you as a human again. Okay? I used references like my little alarm clock here, right? I don't care how this feels and stuff like this, and I'm not going to ever. I'm not going to start saying, oh, this thing cares, has feelings and stuff. I'm not going to. I exploit this. I exploit objects. I don't care how they feel. When I'm done with them, I throw them away. I discard them. And for me to pick this out of the trash and now really start caring, why? Yeah. And you didn't already share that special connection and meet each other's needs already. Why does he want you back now? He wants you back for what you gave him then. Okay? Codependent means he's dependent on that. Can't do things for himself. Things like this are very good and a good way, let's say, things like this that you can identify why he wants you, what he liked about you. These are things I do with my clients. Will show you what he wants back. Okay? And I'm just guessing by what he says. And I don't know him, and I'm not speaking for any other people like this. But all that matters, Nia, is how you feel. How did it feel? You said it. I think it's BS. That means I'm not reassured he would never do that again. And I don't see why he would be. I don't see what happened in his life besides a near-death experience, if that's even true. But I guarantee you, it takes a lot more than a near-death experience. Okay. If he can heal, and I really, not going to say he can or can't. A lot of people say he can. I've heard some people say they can, but I know it takes a lot more than that. Okay, these are developmental issues. He doesn't. Not only does he not know how to give himself what he needs, but it's a personality disorder. It's who you are. It's not just something you go, oh, I have this little part of my life I need to fix. It's his entire life. It's every part of his being, every way he thinks, every way he feels, every decision and action he makes. It's everything. It's all of it. It's intrusive. It's pervasive. It's in all parts of his life, everywhere. These things just surface the most in relationships. Okay, so can a narcissist regret ever be sorry for their actions? What if he can be? What if he can be? Does that matter? I think it'd be nice, Nia, and it's okay to take this as some validation, right? That it wasn't your fault that he hurt you, that he understands he hurt you, things like this. But that doesn't mean that he's fixed his problems, okay? All right? I hope that your self-worth believes that with the billions of other people out there, that you are worthy of someone healthier and better, okay? Thank you, Nia. I hope I answered your question. Please keep asking, okay, if I haven't. Thanks. And Liebes Love in Cyprus. Hi. Hello again. Hi, David. Thank you for this week's amazing Q&A. You're welcome. Thank you. I am now taking notes when I listen to you because there are so many spot-on points that you make. I think understanding emotional needs are so important, most important. And I try to talk about this with my grown son now. Beautiful, beautiful. We talk a lot together because during my marriage, it was myself and him getting through each day with my narcissistic ex-husband and his father. I'm so relieved that he didn't turn out like his father. He has compassion and empathy. I hope he finds a partner, companion who yields the same qualities he does. It's very worrying because finding the right person is a gamble. Take care, David. Cyprus. Yes, but your son has to be the right person. We want to find a healthy person, we have to be healthy. Okay? So whatever you want in a person, be it first. Okay? Lots to learn here. If you were married to a narcissist, lots for you to learn, a lot, and a lot for him to learn, because what we don't know, we can't teach our children. So if you didn't know how to have a good, functional, healthy, growing, beautiful relationship, he doesn't either. Okay? So I love the communication. It's beautiful. Keep it and make it more and more, make it stronger, make it bigger. And just realize that emotional needs in relationships are the most important. We need to learn how to meet those for ourselves, okay? It's not about finding the right person. It's about being the right person. And you said finding the right person is a gamble. And the more that we learn how to have boundaries, protect ourselves, learn who we are, it's not such a risky, dangerous gamble, okay? We jump right into relationships. We tend to connect and attach to people before we may even know who they are, okay? The more stable we are emotionally, the less or the slower we take relationships, okay? We aren't needy. I don't need a person. I have needs that need to be met. It's either going to happen in this relationship or this relationship or this relationship, but I'm only going to keep the ones where we can make them work, okay? Hope I made some sense. Thank you very much too. And that's beautiful. I love the parental-child relationships. And then Emily from Latvia again. Hi, Emily. Thank you so much for replying to my question. This is so helpful, especially now when I begin to form new romantic relationships with a new partner. This is my first healthy relationship, and this is not easy. This is all new to me and foreign. I finally managed to break the circle and understand why previous relationships failed. I watched the video you recommend from your cptsd list, and I have a playlist about healing cptsd, which is real healing instead of just learning about our abusive ex. Yes, I would like to write these adult emotional needs down here in order for me then to sink in. Accepted, appreciated, valued, free, in control, helpful, needed, useful, productive, safe, supported, trusted, understood. And I no matter what they are, it's just great that you are looking in yourself, learning more about yourself. You know, the major parts of our true, authentic inner self are things like what we want and what we need and what we value and how we feel in our opinion. And so learning these things means more self-consciousness. And the only way to ever know what to do and give ourselves what we want and need is to learn more about who we are. So beautiful, Emily. I wrote down here some other emotional needs that you may value, and you guys out there: emotional security, emotional autonomy, emotional privacy, emotional attention are some that tend to be very important. I think those are absolutely necessary for relationships to grow, to be functional, loving, have a meaning, purpose. Okay? Thank you again, Emily. And Juanita from Elkview, West Virginia. Hi, Juanita. Thank you for the info about borderlines. I agree with you. Can you do more videos on borderline personality disorder and why they rage? Thank you again. I sure will. I love recommendations. Anybody want to ask me to make a video about something, I will. I have a playlist. If you guys don't know what playlists are, you go on the front of anybody's channel, yours, mine, and there's a little bar that has little categories. I think it goes home, videos, and playlists. You go on my playlist and you'll see borderline personality disorder. I have many videos about it under there and why they rage. Let me give you one aspect now of why they rage. I love using the reference of Helen Keller.